Good morning, good morning. Happy 4th of July. My family is still passed out, so I am here today by myself. So please bear with me. Also, may sit here and have a smoke and sip my monster and wait to see if anyone shows up into the chat. That way I'm not just sitting here talking to a screen. I'm sure it will happen. But yeah, there's uncomfortable pauses and silence here in the beginning of the stream. That would be why. I had one heck of a weekend, I'll tell you that. It was crazy, and I need today to kind of recover and get my house back up to snuff. Fun stuff, good times. Excuse me. It is, like I said, been a long weekend. I did, like a half an hour ago. I was letting you know you were aware. That's all. Well, remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines. No, those guidelines are so subject to change and applicable to random people. It's kind of hard to follow those guidelines. I do apologize for the meeping kittens in the background. They're running all over the place this morning. What's going on, Pimp Demon? And yes, we'll be going to breakfast. That's the idea. We are going to go out to breakfast a little later. That's why the blood and beans today is a bit earlier. And yeah, we don't usually do blood and beans before 10. And I don't usually do blood and beans on Monday, Pimp Demon. But because I was camping this weekend, I wasn't able to do blood and beans this past Sunday, yesterday. So I figured I would do a special Monday 4th of July blood and beans. So happy 4th of July to you.
Monday is the 4th of July.
That's what I said. Happy 4th of July to you. I obviously didn't do a mic check, and there's nobody in here at the moment to go ahead and say whether or not, music's too loud or whatever. So if the volume isn't working, or for some reason the mic quality is absolutely terrible, which does happen, just let me know. Yeah, so been a crazy weekend. Went up to Locust Lake on Friday, and I had the worst hangover on Saturday I've ever had in my life. I had many Heinekens, more Heinekens than I could possibly remember.
Adam carried the bottles. It was funny.
It was apparently I drank 15 Heinekens. 4th of July is the celebration of the United States independence. It is where we go out and we blow stuff up in celebration of our country.
That's the only independent, really friggin' thing we have is to buy fireworks and blow shit up. Yay, America!
By Locust Lake, which is in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, fireworks are legal, so we were able to like buy a crap ton of fireworks for 4th of July. Set them all off this weekend. It was fun.
I made sure that I got sparklers for Joanne. She loves sparklers. It's like an extra box. She was very happy with that. She was like down there playing with them, like, "Eee," like a little kid. I'm sorry if I don't sound like myself.
You're also really far away.
I'm also really far away. Just go out.
Yeah, and then I basically did it all over again. Saturday night. So Sunday we drove back up. I was very tired, and then now today is like the recovery day and try and get the house back in order after camping. So. Good times. Definitely had a good time. Hopefully your weekend is going good, whether you're celebrating independence or not. Hopefully you had a fantastic weekend. That's terrible. You have to work on 4th of July. I mean, granted, it's not every country, but still, it's sad. 4th of July is it's fun. Today I'll be sitting in my driveway, doing some barbecuing, listening to some music on my Bluetooth, and it'll be a good time. Nice and low key. Like I said, I do have to do a little bit of cleaning. Got to get my bedroom in order. Having some maintenance done on my hot water heater, so I had to pull everything out of my closet. So my bedroom looks literally like a freaking bomb went off in there. So that's gonna be fun. But we'll do that after breakfast, I think. Well, that's cool. I like Dungeons and Dragons. I haven't played in a long time, like since I was in high school. But I really enjoyed it. It was always a lot of fun.
Okay. If I don't sound like me, it is me. I kind of lost my voice over the weekend. I know they ran up to me all the time. I drank so much in 2 days.
Even not yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how the hangover hit you 2 days later, but okay.
No, this is the camping hangover.
Yeah, I'm still feeling a little beat up myself.
Yeah,
just tired.
I figure we go to breakfast and then we come back and then I will watch TV and probably pass out.
I have lots of stuff to do, so.
But breakfast was my idea. Flea market was fun. I got a lot of good things. Got Sabian his own wolf tooth necklace to match my clan, my spirit animal. And I also got another shark's tooth, but I think it's made out of bone. Yeah, it's made out of bone. But it looks really cool. It looks like a megalodon tooth, almost. Yeah. They're great white tooth. It's about the size of a small shot glass.
I also got some things at the flea market. I picked up my very first Xbox.
I gave everybody $100 and let them play.
I've never owned an Xbox, and that's mostly because I'm a Nintendo guy.
Yep.
And I've always steered away from them ever since the 360 and the Red Rings of Death. So I've never owned.
That's what I always heard too.
So I've never owned an Xbox. But they've gotten better with their systems in recent years. They're more open to collaboration with other game companies, like some Xbox Live games have come to Nintendo Switch, and most companies don't. Anyways, Xbox, at least in my point of view, has either gotten better or proven themselves to not be like the bane of video games. So, yeah, I bought an Xbox, and I got 3 games with it, but the 3rd game I picked out was an Xbox 360 game, so I put that back. And then I had 2 games with it. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and the Intellivision collection. So I got home, plugged everything in, and opened up Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and the game was not in the case. So the only game I got for my Xbox was the Intellivision collection. So I basically got an Xbox to play Intellivision. But when I plugged everything in last night to make sure everything worked okay, which is actually surprising because the guy's like, that's about the hookup. He's like, well, if you can find them. So I had to dig through these two totes and look for hookups that I'd never seen before in my life. I don't know anything about Xbox. I don't know what the hookups look like. So I'm comparing them to the back of the Xbox, and I'm looking through this big ball of wires. Found a controller, found hookups for it, and was actually going to be pretty surprised if all this stuff worked. And lo and behold, it did work. And not only did it work, but the system came with a copy of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas still in the system.
What do I do? Finding him beating a police officer and stealing his car.
So I spent probably a good 4 to 5 hours last night just playing in my game room. I went and got a black light. Found a black light at the flea market. One of those, bigger overhead fluorescent bulbs, which is really cool. I got that hung up in the game room, and I got a wall hanging mini bar. It's really cool. It's about the size of like a picture in a frame, but it's not very thick. It's maybe like 2 or 3 inches thick, but it's got like a plexiglass sliding door, so you can put little bottles of alcohol in there, and then it's got bar stools sitting right in front of it. So I set up little shot glasses right on that, and I got it hanging on the wall, right in the movie corner. So the game room has a mini bar. It's got a little Bluetooth speaker, so I can play music now. It's got black light. So I was jamming in there last night. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, actually I knew that too, and it should have been the second, but whatever. That's why we blow stuff up on the 4th. Wow. Oh yeah, the Xbox 360s were known for, the little green ring when you have an Xbox 360 and it's got the little green ring on it. A lot of times those systems, you boot them up and there's a red ring and they don't work. And that's the red ring of death. Basically, you're not going to repair your Xbox. If you want it fixed, you got to send it away to Microsoft and have them fix it, refurbish it, and send it back to you. And it was also such a big problem when they first came out. Like, it was common. Like, 1 of every 2 Xbox 360s had a red ring of death. So I stayed away from Xbox. All I know is, like, I have a Nintendo that I've had since, for like 35 years, and it still works. Nintendo still works, Super Nintendo still works, like, all those old systems work, and the CD drive stuff's, like, I've had a couple GameCubes burn out on me, I've had a Wii burn out on me, because the motor in the disc system, cartridge is just much more reliable. But yeah. A glass of apple juice would probably have to come from the mini fridge that's sitting underneath one of the chairs.
No, I have.
It's a joke.
Oh, I was gonna say.
But so I got a mini bar, got a mini fridge, little snack shelf, Slim Jims and potato chips and stuff. I know a lot of people that had a 360 for a real long time and never had an issue with it. And that's great. That's really awesome. I just know a lot of people did, and I'm a Nintendo guy. Like, I don't have a PlayStation 4. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I only have the first 3 because they basically ended up in the game room because they weren't mine. My brother gave me his, the PlayStation 1. Pockets, the PlayStation 2 is hers. I bought that for her years ago. And the PlayStation 3 was given to me when my oldest daughter moved out because she had a PlayStation 4. So I only have those in there because they're basically gifted to the game room. I'm a Nintendo guy. But yeah, now I have a whole new system to collect for. Like, I know every time I go to like a flea market or something like that, like, you see games in green cases, and it's like, yep, no, I'm not even gonna bother looking at those because I don't own Xbox. But like, now I can. Like, now I can start looking at games, and green cases, so I'm pretty happy about that. Well, I don't know about living like a king, but it was fun last night. I put basically this music that's playing right now. I put this on the Bluetooth speaker. I turned on both arcade machines. I flipped on the black light, the red light, and the red light. So everything was like really cool, multicolored and tie-dye in there. Had 80s synthwave music going. I was eating Takis and playing Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I've got it. It's set up really good in there. It's a lot of fun. So yeah.
Silicone bubbler, and you could actually put a little string around it. You put it on the neck. It's like all funky colors, so it's perfect for the game room too.
Lights up in the black light, which is cool.
Yeah. I told the guy, I said, my husband got a black light. I said, it's good with me. My Ghostbusters shirt turns yellow. My Ghostbusters turns yellow.
You have to find that little Luke Skywalker and put him in there too.
No.
Keep forgetting. Bought a little Luke Skywalker action figure to set up in the game room, so you've got to make it in there at some point in time today.
Come on, I know you.
He's fine. He went right up to me. Fine.
Oh, come to be my jungle children.
Yeah, I'll get right out to me when I get up to.
They really like people. No. I can listen. Now they're listening to us back and forth.
Yeah, I don't have an Xbox 360. Only the original classic Xbox. So I might, look for the other systems for cheap here and there. He did try to sell me a 360, but I was like, nah. I'm gonna go for the classic system. I'm actually, like I said, I'm really surprised it worked. Like a lot of times you get a system from a place like that, you plug it in, and there's like, it doesn't work or there's a problem with it. But nah, I was jamming on that thing for hours last night. Fables good. SSX is probably the snowboard game you're talking about on Xbox, and I have SSX 3 and SSX Tour for GameCube. So those are really good games, no lie, but I'd probably just play them on GameCube. Fable would be cool. Wouldn't mind playing Fable, and if I can get my hands on any of the Halo games. I've never played a Halo game ever. Never played Halo. I've heard a lot about it. It's just a lot of those Xbox exclusive games I've just never played because I've never owned an Xbox. So, but the game room looks awesome now. It didn't look awesome before, but it looks even more awesome, which is great. And Ninja Gaiden, if I was going to play them, I'll probably just... And I know the Switch versions that they came out with needed to be cleaned up. I think, though, they released a patch for a lot of those. And I have the third one, Ninja Gaiden 3. I'm imagining you're talking about the 3D Ninja Gaiden games. I have the third one on the Wii U, and I've beaten that. Yeah, the only ones I haven't played are the first two 3D Ninja Gaiden games. I've beaten every side-scrolling Ninja Gaiden game. Well, except for the beat 'em up, that was the arcade version. But I've beaten all the Nintendo versions and stuff. So, and I've beaten one of the 3D versions. And I very much would like to play the other two, just to say, hey, I've beaten all the Ninja Gaidens. But to even be able to say I've beaten the Ninja Gaiden trilogy on the NES, that in itself is quite the accomplishment.
Hi, buddy. Did you get lost? Everybody else is sleeping.
He's trying to go underneath the desk.
He wants to fight.
he wants to play.
They all love that thing.
What are we doing?
I'm fighting.
Sorry. I like kittens. If I get distracted, I'm sorry. There's like 4 little fuzzballs running around, and I like kittens, so I do apologize.
One is male, and he's got like the white, gray Siamese color, but I think his eyes are gonna change when they're older to normal cat. They're not gonna stay blue like Kira's did. And the only girl born out of the group looks like her mother. Very sweet. The other 2 are famous.
The first 3D Ninja Gaiden game was on Xbox, but then they also released it on PlayStation, and they also released it on the Wii U, and now there's the entire trilogy. You can get all 3 games on the Nintendo Switch. So if I was going to get them, I'm probably going to get them on the Switch. Same thing with like Bayonetta. Like, I know Bayonetta, I don't know if it's regular Xbox, but anyways, I know you can play Bayonetta like on the PlayStation 3 and stuff, like it came out for that first. I would recommend playing it on the Switch. It runs a lot better on the Switch than it did on the PlayStation 3. So like again, with the Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 games, I mean, yeah, if I see them, they're cheap, yeah, I'll probably pick them up. But if I really wanted to play them, I'd probably just play them on the Switch.
No, don't bite your wires. Oh, it'll give you food.
There was. There definitely was. I wouldn't mind picking up Ratchet and Clank. You know, that was recommended to me. There's a lot of Xbox games. Basically now, like, I don't know if I'm going to go out and like search for specific Xbox games. But like I'm saying, like, when I see video games, like, you know, at a yard sale or a flea market, and like I see that green case, I no longer have to just like walk away and ignore it. Like, now I can actually like look through it and be like, oh cool, this is $1, this is $1, and I might pick up some really good stuff. So
don't we now like in just about every system?
no, we don't have an Xbox 360, we don't have an Xbox One, we don't have a PlayStation 4, we don't have a PlayStation 5. And there's a lot of other. We don't have an Intellivision. We don't have a ColecoVision. We don't have a Magnavox. We don't have a Magnavox. We don't have a Philips CDI. We don't have a 3DO. There's a lot of game systems we don't have. Atari Jaguar. We don't. There's a lot of systems we don't have.
Oh, we have a lot.
But yes, we have a lot of systems for sure. And I'm actually surprised I found a spot for that Xbox. I was trying to find a spot for it in the entertainment system center with all the other systems. I'm like, there's no room. I had to like squeeze it in next to my Wii U. And I mean squeezed. So I heard the Fables series is really good.
I don't think he can see well.
He sees fine because he keeps running under the desk.
I understand that.
He sees fine. Trust me. He's playing with his sister.
Because he put my finger up towards his hand.
They're kittens. I'm telling you, he can see just fine.
What did you guys see?
Yeah, I saw. You know, I've seen that game. I might, and again, I know you can download that for the Switch. I might get that for Switch. We'll see. If I see it in a bargain bin or something like that, I'll pick it up. So I'm pretty happy. I got a whole new system to play with and collect for. But it is 4th of July, and I do have some running around to do, so I wanted to let you guys know I'm going to cut this one short at about 30 minutes. So we got about 6 more minutes left. If you guys want to throw something in there, then by all means, just let me know and comment, and I will respond and stuff like that. But wanted to give you a heads up. Hopefully this week, Wednesday maybe, I'm going to try and do that book promotion live stream for the new Confronting Evil book that just went live last week. I'd like to promote it. So.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Probably Wednesday.
Oh, sorry, judging. Oh, because of the hook to it. I love that one. I fell asleep with both the girl and the Siamese boy. He was just right, all two of them were laying right here. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm not moving from this section anymore.
Fluffy kittens.
And they love us because they've been hand-raised since birth. Like, they only go to their mom for a cleaning and that's feeding. They do that. Huh? Hey, little Bella. Little Bella. Okay, I get to feed you.
Snuff. Think about that.
It's probably like flying by the mic.
So, nice kitten's going underneath the desk. Hi, why don't you just sit here with me for a couple minutes? So I'm constantly picking you up. You're not gonna stay. I think this one's he's afraid of heights. The kittens, sure, anybody can have them. I don't want to keep them. We have too many cats as it is. So, like, more cats is not ideal.
You can't mail cats, so y'all have to come and get them.
Yeah. Stop into Ravenna, New York, give me a text, let me know where you're at, and I'll come meet you. We'll get you the kittens.
You have to get them their first shots in that. I know they do not probably have feelings.
Will not step on you.
I know,
We're following the mommy. Yeah? Yeah, you don't say.
How about you did it? I know, right?
Little puffballs. So. Alright. I mean, I'm really kind of out of topics. Do have, the Locust Lake in Space story is coming out on Saturday. It's all scheduled. The premiere page is up. So if you guys want to go ahead and find that on my channel page, and then go ahead and set your notifications. Maybe even a personal reminder for yourself, because YouTube sucks and doesn't actually send out notifications. And hopefully, I will see you there this Saturday for Beyond Locust Lake. Only they can hear you scream. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So, really, really hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you both for stopping in today and hanging out with me this morning. Happy freaking 4th of July. Absolutely love you guys. Please be safe. Don't blow off any fingers or anything like that. Be responsible. And, yeah, hopefully see you this Saturday. Peace.